Hey everyone, this is Marlon, and welcome back to the UnknownHobo. Today we're going to be talking about NVIDIA and the new 3000 series graphics cards coming out. This is episode 7 of season 1, and if there's a topic that you'd like me to actually speak about, please, depending on where you're actually listening to this, comment below or send me an email at the UnknownHobo@yahoo.com, and as well as if you have me on any social media, which you should, send me a DM. But besides that, now, normally, I'm not a big person that gets excited about like NVIDIA or AMD release a new graphics card. Yes, of course, I'm super happy there's a new graphics card coming out, but I don't have a ton of money to waste, so it's not like, oh, well, I can get the new like RTX 2080. Like I don't think I've even touched that graphics card before because it's so expensive. Now, the reason why I'm talking about NVIDIA, minus the fact this is a tech/world events podcast, is the fact that if you have not seen the actual videos online or even seen the actual live show, or well, not live, it's coronavirus is stopping that. But if you don't know, which hopefully you do know, or now you know, whatever the song is, I don't know what the song is, so I quoted that incorrectly. So I'll just go through everything. They released the RTX 3000 series, so they have like the 3070, 3080, 3090. Who knows? They might have the 3500. Doesn't matter. Well, here is the reason why not only me, but every single person in the computer world is hype out their mind. Now, what they promise is a graphics card that's not only smaller than most graphics card, looks super sleek. Well, directly from NVIDIA. Third parties are going to have their own little versions that might have more fans or anything else. But it's only like $499, and it can outperform and like a 2080. And it's like, wait, what? What? So the NVIDIA's past like flagship, ridiculous, super expensive graphics card can now be outperformed by this $499 graphics card coming out. This RTX like 3070, which, oh boys, I hope you understand. But anyways, before I get really into it, I'm gonna talk about my concerns. I already talked about some good. We gotta get some concerns in there, and then we'll go back to the good. You gotta make a Oreo out of this. Now, if you're new to the computer world within maybe a little bit less than a year ago, you might not have known about this because it really didn't affect you as much. But if you've been building computers for years, mainly within the last 3 to 4 years, when cryptocurrency started hyping up. Now, I don't know if you remember that time frame where literally graphics card prices skyrocketed like crazy. Like, I have a 1060 right now in my computer, and I bought mine for around $300. And then within a few months later, it was $700 and something due to everybody wanting to do mining for Bitcoin. Now, hopefully something like that doesn't happen. Or if it does, hopefully NVIDIA or whatever third-party company that goes and manufactures these cards to their own little version. So hopefully they plan for this, because every single person, I don't even know if people still like mine cryptocurrency. They probably do. I don't know. It doesn't show up on my YouTube feed anymore, so I don't really pay much attention to it. I just invest in stocks now. But if that's still like a big scene, these cards might end up getting wiped out within the first few days for a while. So hopefully they plan for that, because from everything I've been reading with NVIDIA, apparently their last release didn't go as well. Now, anyways, outside of that, let's go back to some good news. We got the concerns out the way, shenanigans, whatever. Anyways, so right now it's gonna outperform It's gonna outperform the 2080 Ti for less than half the price. Already stated that. That is a big deal for me. This is a graphics card that's it's a little bit higher than my price budget, but I can feasibly see myself buying it. For an additional, $200? So I like to buy graphics cards around $300. But for $200 more, I can get the equivalent of the past generation's over $1,000 graphics card Like, bro, I'll hold off on buying my graphics card for a little bit of time so I can buy that. That's no big deal. I recommend that to anybody. Anyways, now architecture has changed to the Ampere architecture, which I can never pronounce it correctly. But they're currently now using 8 nanometers processing, which they moved to Samsung from the original company that they were with. Now, they're moving away from Pascal. But anyways, outside of that, the fact that they're now going to an 8 nanometer processing system, the stuff that they help with Samsung, it kind of unlocks a few different things. They did have a voltage increase, but now they have access to like PCI Express Gen 4, which I can only imagine. And then the fact that now they're going to be using like DDR6 or GDDR or G6X, but GDDR6X RAM inside of it, which is cool. Because like even my graphics card I have right now, this has DDR5. So, or GDDR5, whatever you want to find. I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter, DDR5. But I'm literally still stuck on the price versus performance. Because like, if it literally still had the exact same performance as that former graphics card, it'd still be a big deal. Now, outside of all of this that they're talking about, one thing I'm gonna be jumping around a little bit because this is just it's just so much good news all over the place, and it's so crazy and it's so nice. So one thing they did talk about is they're gonna be bringing out support for older graphics cards. So like my 1060 and a few other older graphics cards. Now, it's some program that you're gonna be using that's supposed to like pretty much double certain aspects of your card, which I would love to see how that works. I'm definitely going to try it. Hopefully my graphics card doesn't explode, which it probably won't, but I would love to try it. So it's really, really crazy. I recommend to anybody that has not seen the trailers or the presentation that talked about this graphics card, go do it. Go do it. Like the craziest thing that they have is this, I forgot the actual name of it because this is something I watched a few days ago and I really want to talk about it. They showed a scene where they're going through and they're showing all these mechanical parts, these 3D design parts just moving around, and they're saying, well, look at this normal 3D design part. It's so pixelated, you can barely see anything. There's this thing built into the graphics card that fills in those missing pixels for color, so the image is even better. So it's crazy. Now for technical people, I'd be like, yeah, it almost has double the CUDA cores in all series in comparison to all that. That's cool, that's fine. But it's like, even if it didn't have double, it's so good. It's so good. And I'm sorry, I'm just freaking out over this, but it's like, NVIDIA's doing good. Now, I'm going to assume this is a one-time deal, and past this, once everybody starts buying up all these NVIDIA graphics cards, and they're probably going to get a bunch of new customers or new clients or whatever they call it on their end, they're just going to go back to having really, really expensive graphics card. As like in Yu-Gi-Oh world, they have power creep, they have price creep. So it's just going to keep going up more and more. So we'll see what happens with that. But the release dates for them are coming at 2 different times for each series. One of them, which is the little bit better one, it looks like it's set to release a smidgen before Xbox and like PlayStation, which makes sense. You have this graphics card that's ridiculously cheap, that can outperform a 2080, that doesn't cost as much, right before a game system is launched. Now, if you're somebody like me being Marlon, maybe you're Marlon too, whatever your name is, you're amazing. If you're not somebody that's ridiculously rich, or somebody, you don't have to be ridiculously rich, somebody's very mindful with their money. They're like, well, I only have a certain amount of time during the day to play my video games. What do I want to play on? I can either A, not get this ridiculously good graphics card, upgrade my computer so I can play my computer games and whatever new computer games come out, or B, I can buy the new Xbox, which I'm going to do a podcast about that soon, so definitely look out for that one. That's going to be the next episode. We're going to be talking about the new Xbox. Or you can get that, or the PS5. Now, most people, because the world we live in is a big instant gratification tunnel, or instant gratification little bubble. A lot of people are going to say, well, this graphics card is here right now. I can get this right now. I can play all the games I want. Unless you're somebody that's literally playing an Xbox game, which is not really as much because like a lot of Xbox games are converting over to Windows 10 anyway. But let's say for PlayStation. Let's say if there's a PlayStation exclusive and that's the only reason you're getting a PlayStation is for one game, which I'll never do that. Most people are just going to probably get their graphics card, at least if they're even if they're half-seasoned computer gamer. If they're not a computer gamer at all, of course, they're just going to get the game system. We're not talking about those people. We're talking about people that have game systems and computers. Like me, if I was going to get a new game system or an upgrade, I'm just going to get the graphics card. Like, I really don't care about getting an Xbox as much. I don't really care about getting a PlayStation much. I have a PlayStation 4 downstairs. There's a Switch downstairs. I'll just play Zelda and Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, the remastered version, which if Final Fantasy people out there are listening, or Square Enix, can you like, everybody's complaining about co-op AI or couch AI, like team player or multiplayer, because before it used to be you play with your little Game Boy Advance. Can you like do like a split screen thing so you can actually, I don't know, play with somebody because it's feasible? Just do a split screen. Like, I don't understand. Like, the game system now versus in the past is ridiculously stronger. Anyways, I'm going off topic. So, listen. People of the universe, if you have the money and you are looking to get a graphics card, get one of these NVIDIA graphics cards. Like, you might sit there and think, oh, well, it's not expensive. Listen, this is ridiculous because this graphics card, based on performance should be a lot more expensive. A lot more expensive. And I'm hoping once it gets released, we can start seeing more specs about it. We start seeing some actual real world applications. And that'll be really, really great to see. Cryptocurrency people that do the mining with their basement that's hot and like over 100 degrees, don't touch these. Or at least if you do, at least leave some for us poor people. We can't buy like 6 at a time in bulk orders. Please leave it for us. Anyways, as always, it was fun. If you do have a topic you would definitely like me to talk about, make sure you do email me. And check out my Patreon. They do have some more content on there so you can actually take a look. Not anything super crazy, just some behind the scenes. You might see what I'm planning to do in the future. And I have polls and all the little random extra stuff on there too. But besides that, I will see you guys later.